What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be going over none other than the Magikarta and Top Cut events that happened over this weekend. They had their top 16s revealed, so I put them in an easy Excel document for you guys using Digimon Card Dev as the links for them. So it's easy to use, easy to see, all that fun good stuff. And then I kind of broke it down into seeing what the representation between those two events was. So without further ado, let's dive into the video and talk about it. So let's break this down, shall we, boys and girls? We have none other than this past weekend's Magikarta and Top Cut events. This is really important. This had 31.3% Metalgrumon X tops, Gaiumon at 15.6, which is surprising to me why Gaiumon X wasn't the main go-to deck this format. It seems like Gaiumon is going to be that go-to. Then you have Alphamon, D-Reaper, and then Armor Rush with, D-Brigade and Grandis, followed by Metalgrumon, Security Control, and Red-Yellow Hybrid, which is very interesting to me to see these decks kind of top recently. It's quite impressive, don't you think? Hopefully, you guys let me know what deck surprised you this weekend the most. So let's go over the top cut. We have none other than Alphamon, Gaiumon, Metalgrumon X, Armor Rush, Alphamon, D-Reaper, Metalgrumon X, Security Control, Gaiumon, D-Brigade, D-Reaper, Armor Rush, Grandis, Metalgrumon X, and Gaiumon. Great job, everybody. This was a tough one, and it's very interesting to see how the format pans out, especially how the tournament really goes when you have two events the same day. Makes players have to choose which event they want to play in. Can't guarantee playing in both. Makes it really tough. So I really impressed with that kind of ingenuity they went with. So pretty cool. And now Magikartas, Jesse with Metalgrumon X, D-Brigade, D-Reaper, Metalgrumon X, Alphamon, Grandis, D-Brigade, Metalgrumon X, Armor Rush, Metalgrumon, Gaio, Metalgrumon X, and Red-Yellow Hybrid. So, very impressed with these lists. So, let's get into these deck profiles and let's see what they did and what decks really impressed me. I'm going to do a smaller presentation because we have 32 decks. And I feel like having them all at once is really tough sometimes. Be able to do a 32 deck profile look at under 10-15 minutes. So let's dive into it. We're going to talk about now we have our Alphamon list that got first place in Top Cuts event. Surprisingly playing one Ogremon. I really want to know how often that actually came up and how invaluable it came up. I think it really was in here for the fact of if they had Madoki Betamon, a Chumon, anything like that, you would hard play the Ogremon and hopefully pop it. And then if they don't have another response into it, you can always climb up Ogremon through your, next evolution, like with Dexduro Greymon, stuff like that really does help out. And it's going to just do its OTK potential. You got Kongu, Breath of the Gods, and no Coda, surprisingly. Next is the Magikartas first place, and that was the Metalgrumon list, which is playing 2 hero with 2 a delicate plan, which also plays 2 Hammer Sparks, which is very surprising to me. I mean, yes, I kind of get the Hammer Spark to extend your plays, and no Madoki Betas, by the way. It is consistently focusing on getting the Gabumon line, which you do need. So, I see the potential in this list. I see the broad advantages and stuff like that. Really surprising to see one Metalgrumon here, but X antibody is just how it's going to go. And now let's talk about second place Top Cuts Gaiumon list. So this is very interesting to me. It's basically, if you take out this here, and you swap it in for anything else of the Greymon package, you're really just pretty much playing Greymon with a Greymon X without the Greymon X top line. So I see where it's coming from, and I love the Kongu tech. This also helps out against security control lists and D-Brigade lists, stuff like that, which can prevent you from getting lethal swung at. So I think this is solid. Got 4 Red Men boosts, 2 Gaia Force, 2 Cool Boy. The whole yards is really solid, I think. This is pretty impressive. I think the Coromon at a full playset here is really good because you need that extra power boost sometimes early on and really does help out. But outside of that, I mean, the reason probably why this deck does extremely well is, as I said before, popping Tamers is viable. Popping, you know, then going into this thing that has DDG Evolution and Blitz and Reboot and Security +1, it's a very tough threat to get rid of. Especially the only way you can really do it in this format is either be able to swing into it while it's unsuspended or while you can apply more pressure. The only thing I don't like is because Gaiumon is an X antibody in its type. Okay, that makes more sense. So that makes it so he's searchable. Okay, I was like, doesn't have to be the X antibody name. No, but Gaiumon can be grabbed with Cool Boy. So that makes more sense why you're playing full Cool Boy. So I see potential in this list going in the future, and I hopefully you guys are enjoying these lists too. 5th place Magikartas was D-Brigade. This one really sparked my interest because we have Chumons and stuff like that, but they're playing a really explosive top end. I mean, they got Zord to Feet, which really helps out if they hit insecurity. You can get into Omnimon X antibody and then apply more pressure that way. Omnimon Zord itself, if you Digivolve onto your Darkdramon, you can build a wide board instantly, and that can really help you out go the mile. And then you got your Death Xmon just punishing your opponent. Security is just nasty because you got Ultimate Flare and Iron Fist Onslaught. And what I'm noticing is that players are not playing as much security control. So now Kongu's seeming less and less viable, like for D-Brigade, which you would want to play Kongu in this list. But apparently the player really didn't think and feel like it was necessary. I love the 2 Izzies. I love the Izzy Joe combo just so that you gain more memory and extensions, because if they have 2 bodies on board, that means extra plays. Kazu's just getting that extra memory and draw when you swing with your Digimon. Could help filter and speed up Darkdramon. Really does help out. 4th place Magikarta was definitely none other than our good boys, D-Reaper. So this card needs to be up. So 20 Searchers, 3 Death X, 4 Pendulum Feet, 4 Bubbles, 3 Jerrys. Definitely, Creep Hands is definitely needed this format. I definitely agree with that. 1 Pleiades Head, 2 Horn Striker. We're looking at Gatekeepers here, Reaper, and then X Antibodies and Mama D Reaper. I think all in all, great list no matter what. Creep Hands, I think, is a must in this format just because, especially how the OTK decks work this format, you want to be able to block that attack, and that really does help out. So I think that's how you're going to be able to deal with it, because Creep Hands is just going to guard you out. Now, Magnum X, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary here. You're looking at the generic list here. 4 Hammer Sparks, 4 Mega Deaths, 3 Fire Rockets, 2 Awaken of the Golden Digizoid, you know, Davis and Ken be able to swap your stuff out. And then all your jamming VMons and your VMons that are just going to help you search and get your stuff, your armor, Chimeramon just to climb up and get you to point A to point B. And that's just really all you want to do here in Lobo for game. I mean, Magnum X Antibody is such a powerful beast, and most people don't have ways of answering the bad boy. So, just something to look forward to and know what's going to happen in the format. Next, we do have another security control list. This was top cut 9th place. So, we got Death X, you know, the drill, Vengekidmon to cycle back all the options. What's really interesting is Dark Despair in this. So, one of your Digimon gains Retaliation. It will lose the battle until the opponent's next turn. What's really nasty about this is that, let's say your opponent has Gaiumon or Gaiumon X, and you just need to get rid of it off the board, and it's blocked this turn, or Magnumon is on that board. You could Retaliation, pop it early, and then control how that pace goes. And I like the Dark Despair as a secret tech. It's really interesting. Darkness Wave to help mill and get you back, returning one of your yellow or purple Digimon. Purge Shine, really nasty. I kind of see where this is coming from, because one Purge Shine could remove any of the armor decks out there, but also could remove wide boards in the sense of the D-Reaper matchup. This helps out surprising a lot, because when you hardcast this, that could wipe their whole board. And because you play so many Mimis, you're going to just shut them down that way. This could be free, and that wipes their whole board, and they start back at 0. And that really can set them back. Holy Flame, you know, just basically shutting down your opponent's swing potential here. I mean, if they hit it, they hit it. And then Sukuyamon shutting down, especially OTK format in-house. We're looking at 8th place Grand Kuwaga, highest one. It played 2 Electroshocker. I'm very impressed by that. I think that's a very solid tech. Electroshocker basically makes it so return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to its owner's hand, trash all Digi-Evolution of that Digimon. Being able to return a Digimon off the board really does help out, especially if this is hidden security. That really is going to apply pressure, and they lose out on stuff, especially with decks that aren't ready for an Electroshocker. They're going to be seeing this bright side hit barn status. So it's just very interesting. Out of it all in all, I think it's just a very stock list. You're not going to see anything different. You know that you're going to be OTKing your opponent and just applying all the pressure in the world. Imperial Dramon still putting up the good fight. You know the jamming situation here. Because half the format isn't playing enough removal options, you just have more advantage this way. I love that they went for 4 Stingmon and 1 Parasauramon. This card, I kind of see what's going on here. They wanted another 5th green type that they could just hard play for 3 and then Juggerus into their Gaiumon. So, not a bad trade-off, especially if your opponent had something that, like a Psychmon out, you could just do Parasauramon and then instantly Juggerus, and they weren't going to see that coming. So, it's good to see in counter matchups like that, Madoki Beta to shut down any Alphamon decks or Gaiumon or even the Mirror. I see the potential in this list. There's nothing too crazy out of this since then. I mean, we know we're going to get draws here. We're going to, you know, XVmon Lobo for game, really awesome, but really solid there. And then 16th place Magikarta. We're going to look at this. This is yellow hybrid, what it was going to be. Let's be honest, this is what was gonna see going into the events and how it was gonna play out. I mean, we're gonna see, you know, Gaiumon here with, you know, Gaiumon with the draw potential, and then you have Gaiumon X antibody surprising in this list because when Digivolving delete one of your opponent's 3000 DP, I kind of see where that's coming from to pop any of the memory blockers or anything like that. That's gonna just slow you down your reinforced mem boost turn. I see the tactical retreat play to get your Jet Sylphie back a couple times. No higher than Jet Sylphie, by the way. What's also very interesting here is Giga Death. This card is straight up only for security, which I can see. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of their owner's deck. I like it, but if you can't hard play it, it's a dead card. Don't play dead cards like this, in my opinion. I think something better would have been valued as long as you had a way of playing the blue-green. Even just teching in 1 Tamer just so you can play this really does probably do some work here. But all in all, Gaia Forces, Sunrise Burst is just nasty of a card because you may play 1 yellow or red Tamer card from your hand without paying its memory cost. Then return one of your opponent's Digimon. It gets minus 3000 DP for each yellow and or red Tamer you have in play. So basically what you're going to do is have a wide board, instantly kill any other boss Digimon, get it off the board, and it doesn't take much to commit to that, especially since it's a 5 cost. What is good that the nerf came in, it did get top 16. Like earlier, we had also Blue Hybrid get top 16 in one of the Gen Con events, and that was Magnum X. So I see the potential in these hybrid decks are still floating around, but they're not impressive. They're now like a tier 2 deck that can do well and needs the right momentum to go off. So I think this is really impressive to see the ingenuity of players adapting to their restrictions and it's proving that the deck isn't fully dead yet. So hopefully guys, you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoy breakdown videos of tournaments. I try to do these as soon as I can get the information, because sometimes other people will get ahead of me and I can only get the information as fast as someone else. So hopefully guys enjoyed the video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.